The interest rates were on hold today. I think everybody around the country who's got a mortgage that's watching us, and I presume you both have, were very happy that he left the rates on 4.1%. But it's not going to do much to help people still struggling with the cost of living. I mean, Susie, when you take the car, drop the kids off to school and fill up with petrol, I note the petrol price has gone through the roof again.
Oh, petrol prices are way back over, $2.20, and I've got a Ford Territory with a diesel engine, so it's just one of many bad things happening in my life right now. But I'm paying $200 a week more on my mortgage, and so is everybody else. And I think we are very pleased to see interest rates on hold at the moment. But there is a lot of trouble out there, and even if things aren't getting worse, they're certainly not getting any better.
Yeah, diesel petrol prices, I think, are up over $2.20 a litre. Your power bills, I'm not sure you'd be all that happy going down to the letterbox either, Susie, to pick out your electricity and your gas bill.
Oh, absolutely. And I just got I've got my rates and the renewal for my home and contents insurance, and that is something like $2,500. I think my partner calculated it was up 17%. So I don't know any pay rises unless you're the head of Qantas, perhaps, in the country that are, up 17% in 1 year alone.
Yeah, I got my water bill the other day and they made some argument that they're only going to lift it by 5%, but I don't get anything for that 5% lift. I'm not using any more water. It's just coming from the same source, the same reservoir, through the same pipe into the same house. So I don't understand why exactly the council would be raising it. Talking about Qantas, Alan Joyce, as we know, is retiring after some pretty tough weeks over the last few weeks. The Transport Workers Union head, Michael Caine. Now, the TWU have never been great fans of Qantas, I must say. They've had union arguments for years. Tony Sheldon, now a senator, also has been one of those who's been pretty critical of Qantas. But I think part of the problem with all of this is the amount of money that we're seeing the chief executive walk out the door with. That, Susie, is always very hard for anyone to explain properly to people in Australia struggling to pay their water bill.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but one thing that's really interesting is that we are seeing him walk out the door 2 months early, but still with the $24 million. And there's also questions about exactly, he sold a whole lot of Qantas shares. Was that before they knew about what was happening with the ACCC, with the phantom flights? I mean, it's very embarrassing for Qantas that Alan Joyce has been forced really to go early, because he was so linked to a company that has been now exposed, not just the flying kangaroo, but as the Herald Sun called him, the lying kangaroo. And, I'm sure that there were a lot of cushy lunches with politicians and business leaders over the next 2 months planned. And instead he's, slinking off with his tail between his legs, admittedly $25 million richer. I think people are just hoping that if he goes into retirement, he spends a lot of time catching cancelled and delayed Qantas flights.